The alchemy of nature. Warming up. Rearrange the good qualities in each set so that the first letter of each of the words should make a meaningful word. Join the sets and get message. Set 1. Understanding, adaptable, tolerant, neat, encouraging, resourceful. Now the underlined letters, the first letters U, A, T, N, E and R. If you are going to interchange the letters, you will get a meaningful word nature, Nature. Set 2. Selfless, inspiring. Now underline the letters S and I. So the word is IS. Is. Now set 3. Modest, youthful. Keep modest first and youthfulness next. And underline M and Y. You will get the word my. My, my. Next one. Affectionate, compassionate, empathetic, earnest, honest, reliable, trustworthy. The letters are A, C, E, E, H, R, T. So if it is given in jumbled letters like, so when you arrange it, you will get the word teacher. The message is, nature is my teacher. Nature is my teacher is the message. Question number 2. Various aspects of nature have special features that make them differ from one another. For example, birds, appearance, shape, color, size, food habits, habitat, sound, etc. Write such special features for each of the following. Land, you can write geographical features, colors, shapes, chemical composition, uses. For water, you can write chemical composition, colors, rocks, coral reefs. For trees, you can write height and shape of leaves, fruits, flowers, medicinal products, climate and habitat required for their existence. For animals, you can write shapes, sizes and colors, different habitats, wild or domestic uses. For insects, you can write shapes, sizes, colors, number of legs, different habitats, sounds, uses. Make a list of living creatures in alphabetical order. You can write more than one beginning with the same letter. For example, A, you can write alligator, ant, etc. You can do this as homework. Alchemy of nature. Before beginning this lesson, a poem from written by William Blake is given. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. That means something as tiny as a grain of sand can spark off an idea or imagination of a huge significance to the world. One can witness and experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as wild flower and derive joy forever. Only one should have the eyes and time to see it. Infinity is endless space, but your small palm can hold the destiny of earth through your efforts. Eternity is endless time, but just an hour in your life can make a difference to the world forever. Great deeds can surpass the limits of time and space. They never die. Alchemy means an ancient forerunner of chemistry about attempts to convert base metals into gold. Here, alchemy means mysterious power or magic that can change things. That is, it refers to a mysterious magical process of transforming things. This is an inspiring article in which the narrator describes her close experiences with different features of nature and the wonderful lessons in life she has learned from it. The author is Raksha Baredia. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Enhancing means enriching. Instinctively means by a natural instinct. So, we naturally turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enriching our well-being. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. Are you listening? When I do, it leaves me in complete awe. Awe means great wonder and amazement. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight, a flower blooms on it. Big, bright and tender. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. Wilting means drying and dropping. The morning after, it withers completely. Withers means drying and becoming very much dry. Dries. Withers means dries. The morning after, it withers completely, and by evening it falls and becomes one with the earth again. The flower comes to life only for a day. Yet it does so in full splendor. Splendor means great beauty which attracts admiration and attention. What if we too lived our life, however short, to its fullest? We have to live our life to its fullest. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted and shaped by the water. Water is so gentle, rock so hard, yet as the water flows over it every day, for years, the rock gives in. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal, that means so huge, and we are so small, yet if we persist. How does the hibiscus flower make the most of its short lifespan? Answer is, the hibiscus flower smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it makes the most of the day by living its short life in full splendor with big, bright and tender blooms. Now, we saw small bits of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. We saw a tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter months. We thought its chapter was over. But 3 months passed, spring set in, and the tree was back to its green majesty once again, full of leaves, flowers, birds and life. What if we too had the conviction that, however difficult things are right now, it will not remain so forever. Remember, this too shall pass. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly, which was at least 10 times the ant's size. The ants organized themselves around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers, and carried it to quite a distance. Frail feelers means weak legs. Lugging means pulling with great difficulty. So we saw an army of ants lugging a fly. Ants were pulling the fly with great difficulty, which was at least 10 times the ant's size. The ants organized themselves around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers, their weak legs, and carried it to quite a distance. Their teamwork and perseverance means constant efforts in spite of obstacles, were impressive. What if we too are consistent? Consistent means steady, organized, focused. Spider webs are delicate yet very strong. A rainbow colors the entire sky. Oysters take in a grain of sand, they open up with a pearl. Innumerable stars shine across the infinite sky. Clouds take new shapes with every passing moment. The wind makes trees dance with unhindered passion. Unhindered means without disturbance. Water, without hint of ego, changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. When we see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, a flower turn into a fruit, we experience the alchemy of nature. That is the mysterious power or magic that can change things. We touch it and become gold ourselves. Now, what teaches us that hard times do not last forever? How? The following things teach us that hard times do not last forever. Bits of grass peeping through small cracks in a concrete pavement and the green leaves on a tree in spring. The grass had been nearly destroyed by the concrete but had come to life again. The tree had been bare all through the cold winter months before regaining its former majesty. Who is stronger, water or rocks? Justify your answer. I think water is stronger. It wears down the hard rock by its gentle patience, persistence, and perseverance. What role does nature play in your lives? This is given as a web diagram in English workshop, so at that time we can see the role of nature. Coming to the English workshop. Question 1. What things in nature teach us the following? Now, nothing is impossible to achieve. Problems are not permanent. Be humble and adjust. Make the best use of time and opportunity. Be persistent. Many hands make work light. Delicate structures are not a sign of weakness. Nothing is impossible to achieve. You can write ants put a comma and write small bits of grass peeping from cracks in the concrete. Small bits of grass peeping from cracks in the concrete. Problems are not permanent. You can write trees that are bare in winter. Be humble and adjust. You can write water. Make the best use of time and opportunity. You can write flowers. Be persistent. You can write ants, water. Many hands make work light. You can write ants. Delicate structures are not a sign of weakness. You can write spider webs. Coming to the next question. Read the questions from the lesson. What do they imply? Are you listening? Write the answers. It implies that one must listen. It implies that one must listen. So next one. What if we too lived our lives, however short, to its fullest? Write the answers. It implies that we too should live our lives. It implies that we too should live our lives to the fullest, however short they may be. However short they may be. It implies that we too should live our lives to the fullest, however short they may be. Now coming to C. What if we too are consistent, organized, focused? Answer. We too could do wonders. We too could do wonders if we were consistent, organized and focused. So third one. Go through the lesson again and complete the flow chart that highlights the life of a hibiscus flower. Under 1 you can write blooms, B-L-O-O-M-S. Under 2 you can write wilts, W-I-L-T-S. Under 3 you can write withers, W-I-T-H-E-R-S. And under 4 you can write falls, F-A-L-L-S. Now fill in the web. What does nature do for human beings? It is the same as Describing the role nature plays in our lives. What does nature do for human beings? Motivates, soothes, S-O-O-T-H-E-S, S-O-O-T-H-E-S, nurtures, N-U-R-T-U-R-E-S, fulfills, F-U-L-F-I-L-S, whispers, W-H-I-S-P-E-R-S, teachers, inspires, commands. Question number 5. The writer explains the contrasting features of water and rock in the lesson. Write all the features of both water and rock in the given table. Underwater, you write gentle, persistent, P-E-R-S-I-S-T-E-N-T. Persevering, P-E-R-S-E-V-E-R-I-N-G. Determined, D-E-T-E-R-M-I-N-E-D. Under rock, you can write hard, humble, H-U-M-B-L-E. Obedient, O-B-E-D-I-E-N-T. Adaptable, A-D-A-P-T-A-B-L-E. Now, see this question. The writer has very positively described the different things in nature. Discuss with your partner the special features of each one of them. Add on the list. Answer. Part of nature. First one is given as rainbow. Under special feature, you can write cheerfulness. C-H-E-E-R-F-U-L-N-E-S-S. Acceptance. A-C-C-E-P-T-A-N-C-E. So for rainbow, you can write under special feature cheerfulness, acceptance. And value learned will be, for value learned you have to write in sentence format. So write, even when there are problems in the surroundings, even when there are problems in the surroundings, we must be cheerful and spread happiness. We must be cheerful and spread happiness. So the second one, caterpillar. Under special feature, you write patience, patience, acceptance, under value learned, you can write, there is a bright and beautiful future ahead. There is a bright and beautiful future ahead. The third one is hibiscus flower. Right? Optimism, cheerfulness. And a value learned, right? However short life may be, however short life may be, we must live it to the fullest. We must live it to the fullest. Now, for the fourth one, write rocks. And a special feature, write obedience to nature. Obedience to nature. Adjustment. Humility. And a value learned, you can write obey the commands of nature. Adjust to the situation. And be humble. Obey the commands of nature. Adjust to the situation. And be humble. Now for the fifth one, you can write bits of grass. And a special feature, you can write optimism, perseverance. Optimism, perseverance. And the value learned, you can write however impossible things may look, however impossible things may look, there is an opening. Now the sixth one, you can write bare tree, B-A-R-E, bare tree, T-R-E-E. And a special feature, you can write optimism, faith, conviction. Optimism, faith, conviction. And under value learned, you can write however difficult things are in the present, it will not remain so forever. However difficult things are in the present, it will not remain so forever. Now, under seventh one, you can write water. Special feature, perseverance, determination, humility. perseverance, determination, humility. Under value learned, you can write even big problems can be faced if we persist. Persist. Coming to the next one, question number 7. Think and answer in your own words. How should you deal with difficulties and problems? Write the answer. When I come across problems in life, I turn towards nature for inspiration. I turn towards nature for inspiration. I try to understand how the different elements in nature deal with their difficulties and try to solve my own problems in the same way. So the next question. An oyster turns a grain of sand into a pearl. What can we learn from this example? Right. Answer. We learn that there is a mysterious power, mysterious. There is a mysterious power or magic in nature that can change things dramatically. So next question. How does nature succeed in its alchemy? What can it turn a small person into? Answer. Nature succeeds in its alchemy ALCHEMY by changing things in a mysterious way. mysterious. It can turn a small person into anything. It can turn a small person into anything he or she wishes. One touches nature and becomes gold oneself. One touches nature and becomes gold oneself. Which two aspects of nature teach us to accept change and adjust according to the situation? Answer. Water changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. Water changes its form, FORM, according to the dictates, DACTATES, of the sun and the wind. The bare trees, BARE, the bare trees wait patiently during the winter months for the arrival of spring. The bare trees wait patiently during the winter months for the arrival of spring. These two aspects of nature teach us to accept. You can look at the question and write. These two aspects of nature teach us to accept change and adjust according to the situation. See the next question. Why does the writer begin by quoting the lines from William Blake's poem, Auguries of Innocence? Answer. These lines show that there is much beauty in nature. There is much beauty in nature and that we can learn much from it. And that we can learn much from it. The same idea of the lesson is reflecting in the poetic lines by William Blake. out from the lesson 10 examples of each. Concrete nouns that you can touch or see. For example, sand. The nouns that we can touch or see are called concrete nouns. Now we have to pick up 10 nouns from the textbook. So now you can write flower, sand is given for you, so you can write it as the first one. Sand, flower, ocean, rock, water, bird, ant, oyster, pearl, caterpillar, butterfly. Now abstract nouns. They are nouns that we cannot touch or see. For example, infinity. Write infinity as the first one. Then write imagination, joy, significance, experience, difference, awe, A-W-E, awe, conviction, C-O-N-V-I-C-T-I-O-N, perseverance, P-E-R-S-E-V-E-R-A-N-C-E, passion, now see the next question. Underline the verbs in the sentences below and say whether they are transitive or intransitive. Transitive verbs needing an object. Intransitive need not have an object. Ask a question to the verb and find out whether it needs an object. And ask the question to the verb and find out whether it need not have an object. Now, first one. One can witness and experience the beauty of heaven. Underline can witness and also underline experience. Put a question to the verb, you will get the answer is the beauty of heaven. So it needs a object. It has an object. So these verbs are transitive. So in the answer, you can write, put a hyphen and write. Pick out this can witness and also pick out experience and write transitive verbs. Put a hyphen and write transitive verbs. Now, for the second one, it leaves me in complete awe. The verb is leaves. It leaves what is not given. So, it need not have an object. Object is not there. So, leaves is intransitive verb. Nature soothes and nurtures. Underline soothes and nurtures. Put up a question to the verbs and see whether they have an object. No. So, These are intransitive verbs. See the fourth one. It withers completely. It withers what? Object is not there. Underline withers and write, pick up withers, put a hyphen and write intransitive verb. Similarly, do the next one. The flower comes to life only for a day. Underline comes. There is no object. So here, put a hyphen and write intransitive verb. A rainbow colors the entire sky. Underline colors. The rainbow colors what? We have an object, the entire sky. So, write colors, put a hyphen and write transitive verb. It smiles and dances. Underline smiles and dances and put a hyphen and write intransitive verbs because they don't have an object. Now, see question number 9. Choose about 8 to 10 sets imaginary dialogues between a bird, a tree and its fruit regarding the effects of environmental changes. Write it in your notebook. You can do this as homework. Now, see B part. Prepare a fact file of any of the following plants or trees using the points given. You can select the first one, coconut, and write the fact file for that. You have to give a title to it. Then subtitles. Subtitles are given here. They are very important. And write some sentences against each. This is homework. Name of plant or tree, scientific name, region and climate. For coconut tree, you have the scientific name as Cocos nucifera. COCOS-NUCIFERA. Then region and climate you can write tropical and subtropical coastal regions, especially near sea beaches. Then features you can write about the fruit, leaves and so on. Then for growth you can write the size and shape. The trunk of the coconut tree is ringed with scars where old leaves have fallen. The top of the trunk is crowned with plenty of leaves. You can write coconut trees can grow from 15 to 30 meters in height in plantations and so on. Size, shape and color. The leaves can grow up to 7 feet long and can have 250 leaflets. You can write the uses of coconut trees. Then any special features left out you can write here. It is known as the Kalpavriksha in India or the tree of heaven and so on. You can write. So the 10th question, impossible itself says I am possible. Do you agree? Justify your answer by citing something that you have experienced or heard from someone. This is left as homework. Now, see the 11th one. You have an Environment Protection Week celebration in your school. You have invited an environmentalist. Your friend interviews him or her about how to save the environment. You have to write it in a dialogue form. So you can do it. Conversation, as a conversation. Now see the 12th question. Write a news report on the Environment Day celebrated in your school. So when you are writing a news report, you have to write the title. Then put a below that in the next line, put a hyphen and write by staff reporter or by student reporter. If it is something related to school, you write by student reporter. If it is something related to some outside problems or any celebrations or anything, write by staff reporter. Then on the left hand side, write the place and date near the margin. Then start with colon and write it in 3 paragraphs. Leave one line in between the paragraphs. So you can do it. Now see the 13th one. Just for laughs. Enjoy. Group A writes 12 to 15 conditional clauses beginning with if. For example, if I work very hard. Group B writes 12 to 15 main clauses. For example, I would or shall have a pizza. So one group will write the first part of the conditional, the sentences beginning with if, the conditional clauses beginning with if, and the second group will write the main clauses. If I work very hard, I would have a pizza. Otherwise, if I work very hard, I shall have a pizza. So, if the first group is writing the conditional clauses beginning with if, the second group should write the main clauses. For example, I would have a pizza. Now, one student from group A reads the first conditional clause, that is the possibility, and one student from group B reads the first main clause. It forms crazy sentences just for laughter and fun. Enjoy.